Greetings, how's everybody doing? Good stuff, good stuff. I see a lot of bright eyes and smiling faces. This feels really good, feels really comfortable. There's a great quote that I love a lot that says that artists are inherently brave because they put their guts up on the wall for people to walk around and make value judgments about what the guts look like. And so, this is sort of a vulnerable place to be, but hopefully you guys can flow with me. I'm going to do two poems for you. And first off, has anybody ever heard of the term Afrofuturism? Yeah, well, I'm considered a futurist artist. I don't necessarily go with the term Afrofuturism. And I just want to ask you guys to do something for me for 1 second. Could everybody just close your eyes, maybe for 20 seconds, and maybe think about what the future will look like in the next 100 years. Just about 20 seconds, close your eyes. Is it flying cars? Is it, floating islands? Another 5, 10 seconds. And I want to get maybe a few of you just to tell me, if you could raise your hand maybe and just let me know what you thought or what you saw. Yes? Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that sounds intense. Yeah. That sounds like a great future. Anybody else? Walkable cities, yes, absolutely. That sounds wonderful. I saw another hand over here. Wow, that's beautiful. I actually go around to a lot of different schools and I talk to a lot of different kids, and I ask them the same question, and when they raise their hands, it's always like this dystopian future, and it's they seeing drought and famine and war, and it's, at every school I go to, it's the same kind of thing. And so we came up with this idea of futurist art where people can actually depict themselves in the future, specifically African Americans, and this is Black History Month, in a favorable light where we're actually thriving and doing well and actually taking ownership and agency of our future. And so that's what my work is chiefly concerned with, and I'm going to start with this piece. Intention flows into thought, thought forms into habit, and habit crystallizes into circumstance. I'll say that again. Intention flows into thought, thought forms into habit, and habit crystallizes into circumstance. The shaman would play drums while the women would compel the rain to come down with the perfect dance. They knew certain chants that are now lost, exchanged for ain't worth a damn. And if the truck stopped coming, men could still feed their kids because they knew how to work the land. As the grains of sand fall to the bottom half of the hourglass, as above, so below. Those who know don't say, and those who say don't know. And sometimes the way won't show, and the path just can't be found. You'll have to leap and build wings on the way down. Same way we would jump from the swings on the playground. If a tree falls and no one heard it, does it make? They say now is the most important time to be alive, but we miss the point, preoccupied with just trying to survive. A Democrat or Republican, I ain't trying to decide. In Sanskrit, the word person means mask or disguise. What if the 12 zodiac is a system you're supposed to break through? And the number 13 is where your spirit needs to get to. All that you accumulate, can't take none of it with you. And the only thing measured on Judgment Day is acquired virtue. Strategically applied, silence can hurt you. Passive-aggressive, benign neglect. So how does one define respect? To me, is when they put their name on the line at the bottom where you sign a check. Let the prophecy foretell what's next. Song of the oracle. Truth's inconvenient, the lie is comfortable. Being well-conditioned to a sick society is no measure of health, not without knowledge of self. Death is as certain for the living as being born is for the dead. And any suffering at the end just might be birth pains instead. And we do snaps in the poetry world, just in case you guys come out to an open mic or something like that. I don't know. Oh yeah, my imagery is showing. I'm going to do this last poem because I know we're kind of tight on time, and this one's a little bit quicker. So, this piece is a Taoist piece, and I'm really into meditation. I'm a daily meditator. I love, one of the best books I've ever read was the Tao Te Ching, and so this piece is inspired by that idea. Trees have a special relationship with the wind, just like the ocean tells the land where to begin. Fire always goes up, and water always comes down, just like how smell is not that much different than sound. When it's all said and done, and things come to an end, that's the exact point at which it'll all begin. On which it all depends, we gamble the most. Eggs scrambled with toast, nets only a fraction of gross. A river flows and flows. It is always the same, yet every moment it is different. Always was a misfit, an outcast, quietly was gifted, but would seldom make eye contact. The same power that organized how our dreams arrange is the same force that regulates how the seasons change. He who stands on tiptoe does not stand long. An oak is weak, but bamboo's strong. Forever, never, last, always. Wise trees learn to have a slight sway. And the darkest jet black thing can turn light gray. Always know way more than you might say. And a wrong turn usually feels better than the right way. Ever slightly, merrily, merrily down the stream with the grain of salt, because most things are simpler than they seem. Muddy water only becomes clean if you leave it alone. You can never smooth out the ripples and fluids using your palm. It can only get calm on its own. It can only get calm on its own. Just click your heels 3 times to find your way home. Thank you all. I had the honor, privilege, and pleasure of going first. I see you pointing. Oh, okay. Well, thank you all so very much. I appreciate it, and thank you very much for doing it.